Hey guys, if you're watching crude oil and if you're wondering when the next bearish wave will start right here, when this bullish movement will stop and when finally we see a strong bearish wave, you are not alone. For quite a while I'm watching oil, I'm looking for the counter trend trading setups right here, I'm looking for short that, but still you see bulls are pushing and pushing and pushing. There are many reasons for that, but the point is that at some moment it will definitely drop. And in this video we will discuss when this bearish movement may start. Don't forget to like this video, by the way, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So 33% net growth since the beginning of this year. As you can see, the bullish trend on WTI crude oil is just very sharp and we don't see even a pullback right here. The main point is that the price here just goes higher and higher and higher without any decent correction. If in the past we saw very nice bearish swings, bullish swings on oil, this time it is just going higher and higher and higher. And I can imagine how many traders right here were stopped out many times. I know that it is appealing to think that right now it is very overbought, that it is too high and it is just time to short that because there is no correction, but unfortunately it doesn't work. I am constantly telling my students that it is never too high, it is never too low. The market knows better, and right now the market here is driven by the greedy buyers, and of course for them it is still not overbought. They are willing to push it higher and higher and higher because they are chasing the profits. And the main problem why you should stay away from shorting from lower levels right here, especially, there is just no structure on the left. Yes, you look left on a daily and you don't have any structure right here. You have nothing to rely on if you short it from this level. The main problem right here that there were no key levels there, and always try to make your predictions based on key levels, especially when you are trading against the trend, especially when you are going against the crowd. This is a very important thing to consider. And now we will execute the top-down analysis here, and I will show you what I see here and what you may miss. Hey traders, please give me a follow on my social networks. I have a Telegram channel where I post daily forecasts and signals. I have the Instagram where I post exclusive educational material and videos. All the links are in the description below. Please follow and let's continue. So the main problem with the daily chart right now is that it doesn't provide us any key level. Looking left at structures there, we just don't see any key levels. So for that reason, we need to rely on the higher time frame analysis. And here we will check the monthly chart. Why? Because on the monthly chart here, we see the perspective of the market for a decade. Yes, from 2007, we see the price action right here. And we may identify here the major key levels that the price respected in the past. And what do we see right here? The first thing that you should realize is that the market here is definitely trading in a bearish trend. It is a very, very long-lasting bearish trend that is, that the market is following for 10 years. And here is the current market high of that trend. Yes, this bearish trend was initiated from that point, and from there the swing started. So based on that, we can draw the trend line. Yes, we can match the highs of this trend, and we can identify this very nice falling trend line. Yes, and you can see how perfectly in the past the price respected that trend line and how nice and sharp bearish movement we saw from that trend line. And what do we see right now? You can see that right now the price reached that trend line. Yes, you can see that right now we are trading somewhere there. You can see that the price finally reached a very strong major monthly trend line, and for us, of course, it is a very important warning sign. It is the first clue to consider right here, and it is the moment to be prepared for a short movement. But unfortunately, monthly chart is a very high time frame, and of course for intraday trading it is not reliable. So we also need to check here weekly chart and see the situation on a weekly as well. On the weekly chart, the situation is a bit different. On the weekly chart, we can also identify a very nice horizontal structure. Looking left, you can see that over here we have a very nice, very narrow zone of supply. And you can see that in 2019, that structure area right here was nicely respected, and we saw quite decent bearish movements from that structure. Especially this movement right here. You can see that from that point, the market dropped all the way down to this zero level. So for the market participants, that structure right here can be very important. So why do we need this horizontal structure here as well? I want you to realize that here we need to rely on the so-called zone of confluence. And our zone of confluence, our structural resistance here will be based on the monthly trend line that we identified, but also on the horizontal structure that we identified. So what we do right here, we do the unification of this two. And over here we have our very important zone of supply. And how do we apply this zone? We assume that from any point within this area, the price will drop. We don't know exactly from which point. We call that point the supply area because selling volumes will accumulate within that. You know, buyers will stop buying, sellers will start selling, and at some moment, selling volumes will be so strong that finally we will see the bearish reaction. Yes, so this is the point why we need this zone. And one more thing that I wanted to show you right here, the candles. Let's analyze the candlesticks together right here. To analyze the candlesticks right here, we simply zoom out the chart, and the first thing that I want to do, I just want to remove our drawing so you could better see the recent candles. And what you should notice right here, you can see that we have here a very nice sharp bullish movement. We have very bullish wicks on oil, yes, but the point is that once our trend line, our monthly trend line was reached, we see this very nice doji candle. Moreover, we can call this one the rejection candle as well. Why? Because the wick of that candle is bigger than the body of the candle. And moreover, we consider that candle to be significant because if we measure the range of that candle and project that, you can see that the range of that candle was bigger than the range of the previous candle. So you can see that buyers tried to push higher right here. They were pushing and pushing, but at some moment, once the top of the wick here was reached, you know, we finally see the bearish reaction. Someone started to short, someone closed buying position, and because of that we see this nice candle. So you can see we already have some warning signs, and of course for now it is still not a good advice to short from current prices. I want you to pay attention to this zone. I want you to stop buying. Right now it is very risky to buy because we reached our major supply area. It is too early to sell. I just want you to watch. Yes, watch carefully. Be on a daily chart. Watch the price action. Look for the reversal close right here. Now it is just, now it is just the patience game. Now we should let it trade within the zone, and once we see the decent reversal pattern like the double top, the classic, the descending triangle, the head and shoulders, then we can catch here a big short, very big short with nice profits. So watch that, be careful, stop buying, don't sell it, yes, and let's be prepared for a bearish movement. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember that trading against the trend is a very risky thing, and you must be extremely confident before you short a very bullish market. Don't forget to check my social networks and subscribe to be there, like this video and leave a lovely comment. I will see you on the weekend.